Hello, my friends. Today I've been starting to get things back in order around the house. After the holidays, um, things I just kind of let some things go. My desk was totally full. It was like the catch-all for everything in the house. I was just getting it straightened up and getting it ready for the card and prayer ministry that I want to start doing. And first off, I was going through my just a card. I don't know exactly what this is called, but you keep your cards in a greeting card organizer. And this is something I got back when I worked at Hallmark, probably 10 or 12 years ago. But each month it has the birthdays, and then you can put the cards for that person in that month. And so I'm going to go through and see which ones I need. I always write down and see on here you can write what day their birthday actually is. Because I'm telling you, as you get older, you forget certain things. You don't forget the birthdays of like your close family, but like nieces and great nieces. If you do that, I still do. I don't know how much longer. I still would probably still send them a card as long as I can. And I was getting that organized to see what cards I need to go get today. I usually go to either Dollar Tree. It used to be $1, and I still think they have some for 50 cents, but they've gone up. So I'm not really sure how much they are now. But I know that Walmart has a dollar section, and so does Dollar General. But Dollar Tree has a pretty good assortment, and that's usually where I go. And it's gotten where I take my dad there every year in January to get some. So I'm going through this and getting it cleaned out and see who all I need to get for this year. And if I have to, that's just even better, right? And here's some extras. I like to get a few extra cards and such, like if someone passed away, have sympathy on hand. I don't have to run to the store and try to grab some. Not many people do thank cards anymore, but I like them, and I think they're special. I know the ones I've sent to at church that are not well or someone's passed away, they really seem like they appreciate it, especially the older citizens there, because they used to always do that too. But that is a good way. And they have some pretty, these are my sympathy ones that I have right now. I have them rubber banded and separated. I don't have many I have quite a few sympathy, but I need to get more thinking of you and such, and a few birthdays that are just generic, because I usually give one to my next door neighbor, and she's 85, and then a couple of women at church are always good about giving out cards too, and they do it for birthdays, and that one's a hard one to try to keep up with. But our church does put out one of these, and they're going to update it this year, one of these binders with everything in it. And so I might have updated addresses. But at Christmas I had as many as I could remember a card written out, and they just picked it up at church. Then I have my normal address book. Stamps are expensive, so it's expensive to mail them. But right here I've got I got this little Christmas box, and I got everything like stamps and name, my address and stuff that I can just stick on there and stuff here, all organized. And I got my Middle Earth calendar. I love Lord of the Rings. This is the painting I did back in December at the library. You ought to check the library out. It's got a lot of free things to do. But anyway, this room's a mess because I've been going through it and tearing it up. So, but this is what I like to use best for the prayer journal. They're big enough. These are very inexpensive. You usually can buy them under $1. And during school season, you can a lot of times get them for 50 cents. This is what I like for that. I know these are prettier, but they don't. They don't hold as much. But I do love these. At church, I take a lot of notes during the sermon. These are great for that. And I got these 3 of them for $2.99. At Hobby Lobby. I always get a gift card every year, and I go get me a couple of packs of these because I also use it for a list. So I'm just trying to get organized and be a little bit better. I'm going to order, if I can't find any good box cards to give out to people that I may just to have on hand. I may order some from Amazon, but Amazon does have the greeting card organizer, and it was like $11.99, and they had one for $9.99. So you might want to check those out. I've got my scripture memory guide booklet. I don't know. It just looked really neat. It talks about different things like worship, forgiveness, and some different scriptures that you can memorize and such on that. They're not real long. I'm not really good anymore at memorizing. I used to be in school. And that's one reason why I want to do this, is to help my memory. And I don't know, as you get older, I don't think I have anything serious or anything, but as I've gotten older, it may just be because I just have a lot on my mind. But I did start writing in my new journal. I have lots of journals. I love journals. I think they're just so pretty. And I'll start writing in them and I'll never finish. I think I've come to the conclusion I'm going to do like Laura Ingalls Wilder did and write. I remember in the first episode of the movie, she said, this may not be exactly right. If I had a remembrance book, I would say this was a fine day, or I would write down that this was a fine day. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm not going into detail about emotions and what's going on in my kids' lives and things like that. Nothing that they could go back and read and it would be like, oh, what did I do? Or, mom was really severely depressed or something. I'm not doing that. What I'm doing now, and I'm actually keeping up with it, I started on December 14th. I just put it was our 40th anniversary. My husband gave me a ruby heart necklace, which it was Walmart for $68, but it was still very pretty. And he knows me. I wouldn't have wanted him to spend any more than that. And a large, beautiful poinsettia. My son gave us a beautiful card and a gift card for our Sunday night Cokes at Sonic's. Every Sunday night, a lot of times we'll go get us a drink at Sonic and cruise around for a little bit. My husband's old 25-year-old Jeep. And so he wanted to give us that, and I thought that was very sweet. My sister gave us a pretty card too. I'm actually writing in it every day, and there's some things I'm thankful I am, because I don't think I would have remembered. I would have remembered them, but not what year it was. And it's I mean, to go back and just read what I did that day, like if I took my dad to an eye appointment, my husband came over, or what I read, what book I'm reading in the Bible now, things like that. I think I'm going to enjoy going back and reading those instead of, and it's not long. Usually it's about that long. But that's what I'm doing. I'm really happy about that journal, because I think that's something even my kids would enjoy going back to and reading later. And I have my calendars, and I know I use my phone too to alert me, but I write my this kind of goes with me everywhere I go, so I can look at it quickly. I do key it into my phone too. So like when I don't have it, I can check to see if there's an appointment that day also. So I'm getting it all organized. I found this book, 30-minute Mediterranean diet book. We're all going to try to stick with this about 80% of the time, because I would fail if I did that. But the Mediterranean lentil sloppy joes really caught my eye here. And I'll have to let you know how that turned out, if I really liked it. My arthritis doctor told me that this was the best diet to be on for anti-inflammatory, if you have a lot of inflammation in your body and stuff. So I'm super excited about that. I've got so many things going on. I got this at Christmas, so I'm looking forward to reading this. These are some books that I got at church in the ladies' Bible class at Ecclesiastes. I was going to this, and sadly I quit going because it was tough. I was working, and I worked every other Saturday, and so the Saturday when my husband and I were home, I didn't want to go that day. And I'm just looking at all the mess over here. I've got to clean up. Y'all, it's bad. I'm working on it though. I don't just sit around and journal and do all this kind of stuff all day. I'm trying to get it organized where I write. This takes about 5 minutes. Bible study in the mornings, and then I'm going to just look at the calendar and see whose birthday, or if someone's sick. We get a list if people are sick at church and stuff like that. so I know who to send a card to. My prayer journal will also include YouTube friends here too. So if you want to leave a prayer, I don't have my email out there because all I have is my personal email. So I didn't really want my last name up on the internet. So I need to try to get a different email so it doesn't have my full name. But anyway, I know that's kind of weird. I know some people have my full name. Actually, Kat in the North knows who I am, and we have Facebook accounts together and stuff. And some people definitely I would trust that with. And I was looking at some different things to have more planned. I'm looking over this and going over the Tightwad Gazettes. Any way I can save money and this year, because my husband's going to be working full time and drawing his Social Security, and I'm just drawing my Social Security, and we're going to try to pay off as much debt as we can because we still have some, and save as much as we can. So by the end of the year, hopefully he'll be able to go at least part-time, and because I'll be on social Medicare then, and it's going to cost a lot of money just to be on all that. That's one reason why I hate to give up my job. But anyway, I wanted to show you what I was doing. This is a long video, but I'm just in the middle of doing it, so it really wasn't any editing involved, just giving you a little talk. And I'm really embarrassed. I wish I could edit out the back of this room, but I can't. It's real stuff, I guess. Anyway, and I love the Lord of the Rings, and I hear they're coming to the theaters again this month. So my son loves it too. So we may go to see that together, at least the first two. We saw The Return of the King, I think, 2 years ago in theater, so I would be okay because it's so expensive to go, to the movies. Mainly it's the popcorn and stuff, but anyway, I hope you're all having a wonderful day, and I'm trying to keep up with my reading. It's hard to do when my husband's here because I get kind of embarrassed for him he thinks this is foolishness, I think. But I hope you all are having a wonderful day. And yes, that is a unicorn back there. I got that when I got married. That was like my birthday gift from my husband. My first anniversary with him. But anyway, I'm wore out. But I'm going to get this desk cleaned up. I'm going to finish that today because every day I'm trying to accomplish something else. And I did a lot last year. So anyway, have a blessed day. And I will chat with you later. Bye-bye.